Hey Matt, it's Dr. Scott. I have some feedback for you on your visual analysis. I'll kind of walk through how you did on the major criteria for the assignment. So that was thesis statement, your ability to use sources in your essay, and I think it required 2 sources. Also, use of details to support your argument, your thesis statement, and then I'm also looking at organization. So for me, the big issue is that there's not a thesis statement at this point. There's not really an argument that is tying both of the murals together. There's something about sports here, and it seems like you're writing because you like sports, but I wasn't sure like what the message was about the murals until the very end. Like at the end, you actually have some interesting thoughts about what might connect the murals, and I'll talk a little bit about that. The introduction, I really enjoyed that. It was conversational. It helped me kind of understand where the essay, like how it got its start, and tell us a little history of the town, which I think was just fine. There's not a thesis statement here, so I'm not sure like where the essay is going to go from there. So as an introduction, it's fine and just kind of introducing the topic, but it's not helping me understand where the essay is going to go. So thesis statement needs to be worked on for the revision, and it's generally included at the last sentence or last couple sentences of your first paragraph. Getting into the actual, like when you're actually writing about the visuals, you have a lot of summary of what you see going on in the murals, but I don't see a lot of analysis. So not much of you saying, all right, I have this thought about what this mural is trying to accomplish, and then here are all these details that kind of support it. It's you kind of just say, here's everything that's going on in the mural, and then at the end, you've got sentences like this that shows how much pride the people of Portsmouth had, and how much of a powerhouse it once was in sports. So that kind of needs to get flipped, like these kind of statements, and I think that there's some revision that's needed with this kind of statement, so it's related to a thesis statement, and I'll talk about that here in a second. This kind of stuff needs to come at the beginning of the paragraph, and then the rest of the writing is trying to get you to support this idea here. Highlight that. So yeah, this stuff here has, like, begins the paragraph, and then the rest of your writing again kind of supports what it is you're trying to say there, and all the details that you're using are trying to support this idea. The thing is like this idea is going to be kind of difficult for you to just say, like, all right, what exactly about this is pride? And that kind of gets us back to the thesis statement idea. And so what I did is I kind of just drafted really quickly a version of a thesis statement, and it's a shitty first draft of a version, and it's bare bone. But I think it kind of gets you started in the right path. And it's something like this, like the Iron Man game and the baseball legends murals use blank and blank to inspire the people of Portsmouth to have pride in their community. So they use what? So maybe, I don't know, like action and memory? I don't know. So they showed like people playing sports, and the action in there, like we're supposed to have pride in that because of how they're showing it. Like these are, a little town of Portsmouth, Ohio is competing against the Green Bay Packers, so they use that action to inspire people. And then they're also trying to inspire us with the memory of the sports teams that have been here, and how do they depict that memory? That's what really needs to kind of, I think, be the focus of the essay. At least it seems that like that's where you want to go by the end of these paragraphs. And again, what needs to happen is that needs to get flipped. You begin the paragraph with, I think they're really trying to use the action in the murals to inspire pride, and then the rest of the paragraph is kind of getting back to that idea. Which takes me to another kind of big issue, is that you have a paragraph about one mural, and then you have this paragraph about another mural, and what really needs to happen is you need to talk about the murals in the same paragraph. So if you have a paragraph that's about, let's say you're writing about murals use statement. But like if you have a paragraph that's trying to do that, you're going to say like, murals show, oh yeah, this is something I was thinking about with your essay. The murals show individual success and teamwork. Like let's say you have a paragraph that does that, and you would want to change your thesis statement to make sure it's doing this. Like that kind of statement, you have to use both murals. And so this is an essay where you're talking about how both of the murals are trying to do something. And if you kind of break it up into like, this is a paragraph about one mural, and then this is a paragraph about another mural, that unified message isn't able to kind of come together. Like it's split up. So you have to think about concepts that you can write about with both murals, and they might be like contrasting things where one mural is doing something really effective and another mural is doing something kind of ineffective. But there has to be something that unifies them and gets you talking about both the murals. And I hope that makes sense. If not, we're going to have time in class on Monday for you to kind of ask me questions about that. So there's a lot to do here. The thing that I'm pretty comforted by is your ability to use details has come like light years from the first essay. So I think that you're going to be in good shape, but you have to kind of come up with a thesis statement that's going to help you have an argument about what the murals are trying to do and how well they're doing it, and then your details need to support that. Right now you have details, and your thoughts about the murals are kind of an afterthought. It's just kind of like, yeah, I like this shit. It needs to get a little bit deeper than that. If you have questions, make sure that you ask me. It's a tall order, but I promise you, once you're able to figure out the ideas, the details are going to fall into place, and I think that this is going to be a pretty strong essay. All right, so your revision is going to be due Monday the 23rd? Yeah, so that's a week from this coming Monday. So Monday in class will be in the lab. You can revise in there, you can ask me questions, and then the revision's due a week from then. Okay, that's it for now. Hope you're having a good weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday.